Okay.
Using a 18 by 2, 18 ply, number 18 nylon twine.
Okay.
Twisted mason line.
18 by 225.
Well, yeah. I don't need that much. I'm just...
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And have some masking tape alongside to hold it in place when you start working.
Okay.
Masking tape in place when you start working. And, or you can use cotton, which is it's whatever, cotton twine also, either one,
right,
if you prefer cotton, but I'm using nylon.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You start you have one portion going down. I put a little knot in the bottom of my nylon because I've been using it, and that's to keep it from unraveling as I'm working. A small knot. Okay. I go down with it. You start with it along the shaft. Just hold it in place. You make a loop with it, coming up to the top. Yeah. It's always good to use masking tape or Scotch tape to hold it in place while you're getting everything aligned. So I'll put a piece of Scotch tape on there just to hold it on the shaft.
Okay. And this is for the brass plated. Now, what if it's a slick one like silver plated?
Like chrome. It's still. I would use. I have some masking tape on the handle of to hold it in place.
Right.
Okay. Now, after doing that, I'll go up to the top, make a loop up top, bring it back down, keep a short loop on the bottom, take it right up underneath that yoke, bring it all the way up again, and make another loop coming down. And I'll hold it in place with my thumb, and I'll start my wrap holding these three lines, the first one and the down below, and then I'll start doing my to put tape on the upper part to keep that out of my way. Otherwise, it'll be a pain in the neck. Pain in the shaft, anyway. Okay. And I'll use a little piece of Scotch tape. Put it on the shaft. On the handle, rather. On the handle. Bring this up. Under here. Get on there. Wrap it around. And it's out of the way now.
Okay.
Okay. Now take and start it. Well, I'll go from the outside toward me. 1, 2, 3, 4. After that, about 4 turns. Where's my loop? My loop is up here, so I can pull on this here to tighten it up.
What, the upper loop or the
bottom? I'm pulling on the bottom loop to snug it up.
Okay.
I should have had a little left over here. Let me go back to that part to make it clear.
Okay.
Okay, down here. My loop is here. My bottom loop. Okay, that's my bottom loop. Okay, that's the top loop is for the part that's coming down. In fact, I have to extend it. I'll bring it out. It's not moving that much, so that's okay. There it is. A little more.
There you go.
Okay, there it goes. Okay, Now, I'm holding it down on my thumb. I'm leaving a little loop here so I can see what's going on with it.
Right.
I start from the outside and I come toward me. One,
Yes.
two. I do about 4 to give it. 3. And each time I pull it down so it's tight as possible. 4. I can do a couple more to make it 5. Pushing it down. 6. 7. 8. Okay, now from that point on, we're ready to continue to work. Now it's locked in pretty good. So what I'll do now, I can utilize this cable here and pull it. I don't know if you can see it there yet. Pull my thumb out of the way. I'm going to bring this and pull this up so it's out of the... See how it's pulling it in?
Yes.
That's bringing it in, that'll lock it in.
Okay.
Pretty much like that. Okay, I'll let that stay like that. I'm taking it around and keep pulling down on it. Around. Here. Here. Each time you want to keep pushing it down so you don't have any gaps in the string and make sure they're not crossing over. It'll make it uncomfortable when you're practicing with your size.
Right.
Down. Down. It's time consuming, but the results should be good. Yeah. There. There. You might have to back up every now and then to make sure, if you're klutzy like me and you don't get it lined up right. I haven't done this in about 25, 30 years. I'm only doing it for my good friend Sensei Gonzalez, Eduardo Gonzalez in Puerto Rico. And my assistant here is Sensei Vicky Best.
I know.
Still looping it and pulling it down in place.
It's looking good. Yeah, you'll probably want something to... Right now, Dad has the nylon twine standing upright. So to make it easier, you may want something that will let it unspool well. That way it won't roll away. Okay.
Okay. It's getting there. See how it ravels up like that?
Right.
That's the reason you need to... I cut the pieces off and do it. You can either do that too. You can wrap one and then cut the pieces off and leave one end loose so it doesn't bind on you. We're getting down to the end of it here. going back and trying to close up any gaps there. You normally can slide it through, and it'll bring it down.
Right.
Okay, now at this point I can take my Scotch tape off.
Okay, so it should be pretty secure at that point.
It should be pretty secure, and just let it sit out like it is.
Okay.
And then continue wrapping it.
Mm-hmm.
As Sensei Vicky said, I had a lot exposed on it when I showed it to her the first time. So I'll take it all the way up to the head. The head being the top part. I'm just trying to keep it close together. Okay. Yeah. Here. See what I mean? Getting in your way. Even that little piece up there gets in your way.
That little loop at the top?
Yeah, the little loop. Well, that'll be going in as soon as when I pull it down from the bottom.
Okay.
There's two pulls. Your first pull is to take up any slack that you have. Get over there now. Any slack that you had down at the shaft here, where it goes through, you're going to pull that up to lock it in. And get over there. How'd you get messed up? Something got messed up here. Probably when I loosened it up. Let me back off a little bit.
Okay.
And make it smooth. Okay, now we can bring it back. Yeah, there's where the crossover was. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, that loop definitely got in the way.
Hmm?
No, I was looking at the loop.
Yeah. Here. 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 Just checking my spacing there. Here. Here. As I said, this is the first time I've done this in about 25 or 30 years, so I had to practice with some different size, taking them apart, putting them together, having Sensei Vicky and Sensei Kathy check it to see what progress was being. Get over there. There. Now here comes a little bit of a hurt time. You find out which one is moving. You're gonna have to stick your hand in there and you keep your eye on that there and see which one is being pulled. Okay, now you can go back to the bottom. That should, it's not quite tight enough though. That's the reason I'll stick something in there like this to give me a little bit of pull.
What is that?
It's like just like a mini screwdriver.
Okay.
That's so I can,
Something that'll give you some leverage.
Yeah. And I'll pull on, see which one is moving. I'll take this one loose. I'll get it.
Okay.
I'll see, take this loose to see which. I want the one on one side to move. One of them moving. Get over there. She wants to be obstinate now. Okay, that one should be the one on my right. I may have crossed over inside there. Okay, this. Come on. May have made it too tight. Okay, that pulled it. See, I crossed it over. And I have to do that in order to close this off. That's what pulls it down in there. You son of a gun. Here.
Mm-hmm.
Down.
Okay.
Down. Here. Now, just to make sure I can move it, I can move it backwards. Let me see. Go out. Yeah, that's okay. I just want to see which one is moving. See how I pulled that up in there? Okay. Now this one here is okay. And that other one was the one on this side is the one that locks it in.
Let me see. Which one?
The one on this side, you see it pulling up in there?
Yes.
That's the one that locks it in.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll put this back here and put the tape back on it.
Okay.
Go back down and start it. Moving it down so I get most of the handle covered. All right, now, here, here, here. You should have done it the first time, but I had it crossed over. I had this string crossed over. You want to try to prevent crossing it over because it'll bind it, because I got tape on there also on the handle.
Right.
This should slide on there easy now because this bottom is locked. The top will be pulled in place. Be assured I'm not a professional Sai wrapper, so this is just for my family in Puerto Rico to get some benefit of my limited amount of Sai wrapping technique. I've only done it, I don't know, maybe about 3 times in the last 25 years. Once for Sensei Murray, Clarence Murray, in Largo, Maryland, that I can remember, and Daryl Richardson in that same area.
Yeah, you wrapped your own also.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh.
when it came loose. Yeah, when I got a new one that didn't have a wrap on it.
Well, this is definitely something I didn't know, so I'm I'm learning quite a bit also.
Yeah. Now I can either leave the tape on, which will make it difficult trying to pull it, or I can take it off and get it out of my way. I prefer to take it off. That way it doesn't bind up. And as I said before, Sensei Vicky said I didn't go all the way to the top of the handle to the head, so I am maneuvering the tape at that. I call myself cutting it just short, but I'll go up as far as
Yeah, that should work.
I'll have some extra room when I pull it down. Tuck it inside, hold it in place, pull the bottom piece down. Come on,
There it goes.
make sure it's free. Gets a little rough on your hand when you
Okay, and you are supposed to be able to pull it from both sides?
yes,
Okay.
that way it locks it in.
Yeah.
Make sure you get as tight as you think you can, even if you have to use something like that little tool I had before, because I've been doing it for a little while trying to get my technique together. Okay, once that's done, just cut off the edge. Cut off the other edge. No movement. Finished.
Okay.
Okay.